The first 10 years of my career in the Indian Navy, not so much in the sky, more on the seas. I used to be an executive officer, which is basically, I started my career in gunnery, then moved on to nuclear, biological, chemical warfare, and after that did some different stints. Like for example, I was a works officer in charge for the Bombay area. After all of these, I left in 2012. I did my MBA from INSEAD. And Rocket Internet is one of the world's largest conglomerates. What they do is they create large businesses in different countries. So for example, in India, Food Panda, Jabong, and there are quite a few other examples which Rocket Internet created in India. And similarly, they have presence across about 100 countries. So when I joined Rocket Internet back in 2015, cross-border commerce was very, very early, right? So very few people in the world knew what cross-border e-commerce was. I'm pretty sure not many people, please raise your hands if you know what cross-border e-commerce is. Let me know. Okay, so there are a few people in the room who do know what cross-border e-commerce is. Now, typically or traditionally, we are used to selling large consignments. So somebody comes in, a buyer comes in, places an order for 1,000, 10,000 units, and that goes to a different country. And then what happens? Somebody distributes it, retails it, and typically this product sells for 4 to 5 times the price at which you have sold it to the buyer who's bought it from you. Which means that there is an opportunity out there, provided you could reach to the end customer, even for a non-branded product, to get at least 3 to 4 times the price which you are getting today. That's opportunity on the table that you, I, and all of us businessmen are missing, right? So this is something that was, pioneered by eBay. Of course, everybody knows Alibaba. But what Alibaba used to do, and here's a big difference, there's B2B cross-border e-commerce, and then there is B2C cross-border e-commerce. Okay. Now, B2B cross-border e-commerce means that somebody will discover your products. Supposing you are selling, let's say bottles, okay? Now, somebody will discover your products and place a consignment order. But the actual transaction does not happen on the Alibaba platform. Despite having trade assurance and a lot of other things, the actual order is placed offline and regularized offline. In B2C, it is like you're buying on Amazon. So the experience is like you're buying from your next door neighbor. Now here's the problem. How do you take a $10 item, 700 रुपए का एक item आप लेते हैं, and then how do you sell it to somebody sitting in Indonesia or Mexico? How do you gain profit on a $10 item? That was a difficult problem that was posed to me by the Rocket Internet group. Because eBay had found a solution, and eBay was already pioneering it. When I joined in 2015, Amazon had piloted something as well, so Amazon had started it as well. But it was still early days, not more than 20-30 people in the world knew hota kaise, right? So typically you'll expect that there's a lot of regulations around it, lot of process around it, shipping kaise karenge, payment kaise aayega. None of these marketplaces, like Rocket at that time had 10 e-commerce marketplaces, which were all billion-dollar marketplaces, and yet every one of those marketplaces was doing B2B, not B2C. What they used to do, they used to go to China, find a distributor, place an order, that consignment would go to France, provided your headquarters is France, it would go to France, where they would do QC, then send that item for sale in the country where they're selling it, which is Nigeria. जब तक वो सामान वहाँ पे पहुँचता था, वो season ही खत्म हो जाता था, and we were taking heavy losses. So Rocket hired me to sort this out. So that's where I kind of learned that there is a way where Chinese merchants are selling $2 items, 10 नहीं, $2, 150 रुपए का item को बेच के profit भी कमा रहे. In many cases, they're running the cost of the item to zero, and it can be done, right? So before we get to that stage, so today the topic of my talk will not revolve totally around cross-border e-commerce. It will be a little broad, trying to identify how to create global opportunities, how to create a global brand. Okay?